Everywhere you look, someone is building the next great thing, the next platform, the next brand, the next breakthrough. But what if the most valuable product ever built was never manufactured, never coded, never packaged, never shipped? And what if that product was you? That's right, in this world you're both architect and architecture, programmer and program, artist and art. What then? You might begin to realise that the possibilities are infinite. Join us in our 4-part series as Joseph Richardson, a professional footballer, explores the biggest question you'll ever sit with. If you were the product, what would you build? He grew up in Mount Vernon, Washington, and had a passion for soccer from a very early age.
I started off playing 3-versus-3 soccer with my dad as the coach and then just a couple of friends. There were tryouts for a under 11 team, so these were all classmates of my sister. I was 7 years old at that time. I tried out for the team and I made it, so they were all 10 or 11 and I was a 7-year-old on the team. And then from there I went to Crossfire Academy, and then I was also playing a year up.
But Joseph Richardson wasn't your average kid. From the youth pitches of the Pacific Northwest, it was clear he had something different. The touch, the vision, the drive. The real pivot came in 2020 when COVID hit. After being accepted at NYU Stern to study and play soccer, one of America's top business schools went virtual.
My idea was I was a D3 level, and I decided that I was going to go to Stern because it was the best academic option for me at that time. And I wanted to focus on academics more than just sports. So I kind of said, okay, that's over for me as a professional footballer. That's not going to be my career path. I'm just going to go to school now, play soccer, and that's it. And then COVID happened, and that kind of changed everything. I was training in Washington with some friends, and then I got the opportunity to go to LA.
Joseph could have stayed on the investment banking track. He didn't. Instead, he packed his bags and trained first in Los Angeles at Hype Training, and then in Mallorca, Spain at the International Soccer Academy.
And I think that's kind of when my mindset shifted again, because I saw players who were playing in the MLS or USL Championship second division in America, and I was supposed to be going D3, but I was playing better than them in these games and scoring goals, giving assists, and my thought process was kind of changing. Okay, I'm 18 years old. These are 26-year-olds who are in their prime in the first division in America, and I'm outperforming them. Maybe there still is a way for me to become a pro. And then in that time, there was a scout who saw me, and he brought me to Mallorca, and then he brought me over to Germany for a couple of trials, which are just 1 week of training with the team just so they can do a tryout for you. And I did 2 of those trials, and from there, those seasons then got canceled in Germany because of COVID. So they then went on a break, had to go back to America. And then in that time, Roland, the father of Tony Kroos, one of my favorite midfielders, one of the most accomplished footballers ever, gave my agent a call. Said, yeah, I watched the game from Jojo. I think him as a center mid, he has a lot of potential, and I'd love to bring him to my club here in Germany. And that's kind of when the first call from Greifswalder came, and where I then started over to Germany.
By 2021, he'd signed his first professional contract in Germany. Joseph was now a 19-year-old American, competing in Europe, learning German, and scoring goals. This is the story of Joseph Richardson. It's likely you've not been taught how to think of, or design and build yourself as a product.
Yeah, I would say maybe I was doing it without necessarily knowing I was thinking about myself as a product.
Not as a concept, and not as a motivational poster on a wall, but as a real, living, breathing framework with structure, strategy, and intention behind it. That's what You Inc. is. It's 6 dimensions that together give you a blueprint to build, launch, and grow you as the product. Each dimension is measurable through a scorecard, which helps you both assess and understand areas that you need to focus on and develop. In essence, the scorecard gives you the feedback for the most important product you'll ever develop. You,